welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan, and as promised, the desk is back for today's video, and as such, we are going to be magically traveling around Taichung as I answer a question that people often ask me in conversations here, and that is, when will I leave Taiwan? So just quickly before we get to the answer, let me give you a quick refresher on my situation here in Taiwan and indeed how I got here. Hardcore long-term viewers of my channel will already be aware of why I come here if you watch my first episode. In fact, I'll put a link to the episode up in the corner if you want to go check it out. But basically, I came to Taiwan in 2008 with my then South African girlfriend because she, as a South African, couldn't get a visa for the UK, and me, as a white male Brit, non-South African, I couldn't get a visa for South Africa. Therefore, we looked to Google in order to find out what country would accept us, give us work, and Taiwan was the option that we chose. We jumped on a plane, traveled halfway across the world, and arrived in Taiwan, an absolutely alien country to us at the time, but I have to say, from day one, we were welcomed with open arms by the country and the people and everyone around us. Maybe more on that later. I don't want to be accused of being too sycophantic, and of course, I want to get to answering the question as to when I will leave. So to get to the answer of the question, when will I leave? The answer is, I have absolutely no idea, and that's the honest truth. And you're probably thinking, well, why make a video about a question that you don't know the answer to? Well, I feel it's worthy of a video because I feel that there must be a lot of foreigners or Westerners in my position in countries like Taiwan or around Asia teaching English that feel exactly the same way I do. I just have no idea when I plan to leave. The question actually often pops up when I'm chatting with other foreigners, either over beers or usually always over beers, but there's always two different crowds of people or two different camps when it comes to answering this question. There's the crowd that know the answer to the question exactly. They are either married with families settled here, or they've got their future plan of staying for a year and then going off to pastures new. Or there's the camp that I'm in that is kind of ambiguous and genuinely has no idea about how long they'll stay or when they plan to leave. The group of people like me, the ones that have no idea how long they will stay or when they plan to leave, well, we're generally comfortable in our lives, making enough money to save a little while still enjoying life, and have no huge desire or immediate need to go back to the mundanity of life that they had in their home countries. And yes, I'm fully aware of the situation and the comments that people make about foreigners traveling to Asian countries, teaching English as a second language for extended periods of time, how we are basically losers back in our own countries, how we get ourselves out of the rat race and find it difficult to get a job when we go back. Yes, that's probably true for me. I have absolutely no idea what I would do for a job if I went back to the UK, or indeed if anyone would employ me. I've been out of the game in England for so long that yes, Taiwan and teaching English is the best option for me at the moment. Absolutely not ashamed to admit it, and there's probably a whole other video to be made on that topic anyway. So does my answer of I have no idea when I'm going to leave mean that I'm never going to leave? Well, no, probably not. I have parents back in England who are getting slightly older. Happy birthday, Mum, by the way.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Nana. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hurrah!
And I'd love to spend more time with them and, of course, my sister's young family, not to mention my beautiful young son, William, who we've decided to educate in South Africa, and I miss incredibly every day. But to go back to what I mentioned earlier about being welcomed into Taiwan with open arms 11 years ago, without that, without the stability and the comfort that the Taiwanese people gave me at the time, there is no way that I would be in the same position that I'm in now, able to work and earn money, able to look after my son, just as Taiwan did for the first 4 or 5 years of his life. Therefore, I feel I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Taiwan and its people for taking such good care of me and my son. One thing to bear in mind is that I've spent 11 years in Taiwan, whereas I only spent 4 or 5 years in England as an adult, so you could say that I've more of a Taiwanese way of thinking as an adult than I do of a British way of thinking. Maybe. No, probably not. Maybe, not sure. Anyway, yes, one thing that I should mention, and many of you may already know this if you've watched my videos before, I'm a permanent resident of Taiwan. I hold an APRC, which gives me way more freedom to come and go and leave for more extended periods of time. Of course, I need to work and teach, and I have a duty to the kids, not just to up and leave at the drop of a hat, but permanent residents can actually leave for up to 12 months at a time if we get the timing right. Therefore, if I feel a real need to leave Taiwan and go and be with my family, then I can still do that while keeping Taiwan as my home. And another thing I need to keep in mind as age creeps up on me is my retirement. Yes, believe it or not, I may only be 30-something years old at the moment, and teaching for me is still a fun, energetic job. But do I really want to be rolling around on the floor singing songs with the English students when I'm 50, 60, 70 years old? Probably not. I'd love to retire in Taiwan in the future and use it as my base for traveling the world, but retirement and pension options are not exactly fantastic for foreigners here in Taiwan. Again, probably another video in that topic. So there you have it. A pretty simple question in the title, but not such a simple answer in the video, as I genuinely have no idea when I will leave, or indeed if I ever will. But what I want to do is to reach out to any other foreigners in Taiwan that are in my position, or indeed in any other country doing a job like mine teaching English, and you have no idea when you will go back to your home country. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comment section if you have any specific feelings or worries or fears about going back to your home country and, as I mentioned, having difficulty finding a job. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching to the very end of the video. If you have anything at all that you want to say, add it into the comment section down below, and as always, we'll have a little bit of a chat. Thanks to my patrons over on Patreon for your unending support. It's much appreciated, as you well know. But as for now, time for me to say goodbye. Got a class to teach. I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan. Peace.
Organize it so it's pretty, set up the shots, and then film the actual process.
Pretty? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29,
30.
Oh, real. This is for all of the people that commented on my stinky tofu video telling me I was a wuss by not trying the real one.
So yeah.
Cheers.
That's weird. Okay, 3, 2, 1.